going on YouTube? What's going on Patreon? How's everyone doing today? What's going on BTS Army, man? There was a like, okay, I'm gonna get ahead of myself because I get excited. I did not understand the audience that BTS has, and like I saw, man, there's a ton of views. I just didn't know that it would happen so quickly. I'm still new. It's only been like 6-7 months, something like that. But anyway, if this is your first time checking me out, or if you've watched my other BTS stuff, man, I'm excited about this because I dig the Tiny Desk stuff. But I'm letting you all know right now, some of the Tiny Desk stuff doesn't. They don't let you like reuse it as content, and it's probably just because it's so popular, right? Like they just don't want you like floating your reviews and everything. And I'm not trying to do that either. Someone was talking to me about like if I'm trying to like, you know, like I think they're being very genuine in asking, but they just didn't want me, you know, faking my reaction. And no man, there's no faking. I'm gonna fall so deep into this. I'm gonna forget this camera's on. Well, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm hoping y'all have seen the video because I'm probably gonna have to put some like copyright stuff over top of it. But I'm excited to get into this. Like I was saying, if this is your first time here, I love breaking down the live stuff, especially like the production stuff. And then like these 7, man, they're so talented. It's so much fun to like talk about. So I'm not gonna talk too much. You can check me out on Patreon if you like this kind of stuff. If you want to help out a little bit of the support, you can send me the links too. You can send me the requests. You can like and subscribe here, obviously, if you haven't already. Come on now. Let me pull this up and make sure y'all can see it. That one, and let's do this. It started out real hot. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. JK! Hey! Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of meat, let's rock and roll. Woo-hoo! King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top, LeBron. Hey! Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice day, and I'll get my ping pong. Hey! Oh man, this is fantastic. Let me turn these on just in case. And can I move these? Oh, I can move them. I'm just gonna bump them up a little bit. And then let's back this up. I got a bunch I want to talk about already. Starting with this first note. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. JK! Hey! Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of meat, let's rock and roll. Woo-hoo! King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top, LeBron. Hey! Jump up to the top, LeBron, man. Like it's schemes, like it's like hip hop schemes with a lot of melody here. This is cool. There's a lot I want to talk about. So right out of the beginning, they're like, huh, and then into the do 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 do, whatever the pitches are. Like it's interesting because like if there's singers out there, if you're trying to sing or anything, there's a lot of great programs on how to use like your diaphragm and like that your sphincter muscles. If I'm allowed to talk about that on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so like there's this like. I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys. No one's allowed to make fun of me. But you get this like, huh, 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 and then you start singing, right? Because it gives you like this like floor, like, and it gets the intensity where it's supposed to be instead of being in your neck. And it sounds like that was a really cool way of both doing that and adding like kind of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Attitude to the intro, and then to go into the nice falsetto part too. But man, all these vocals are dope. What I'm really curious about is that they're not doing the like typical Tiny Desk thing. They all have like their own wireless mics, and it's probably because it's just easier to manage 7 vocals and make them sound the way you need them to sound, rather than using like shotgun mics and stuff. But anyway. King Kong, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top, LeBron. Hey! Sound like I said jump up till I tap LeBron, because LeBron's got some vert, but he said he could just be making the comparison too. Call me on my phone, nice day, and I'll get my ping pong. Hey, this day, heavy, hey, hit the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life's sweet as honey, yeah, this beach ching like money. This beach ching like money, and what did he say earlier? He said I'm about to bring the heat. He said I'm lighting up the night and gonna bring the heat, something like that. Come on, man, talk it. I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. Cause I'm in the stars tonight. Yep. Hey. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. That light right there, come on now. It's shining through the city with a little fucking soul. Light it down like dynamite.
I dig how pleasant his falsetto is, because like if I went to try to sing that right now, and like I'm not practiced, I'm not like rehearsed, I haven't been practicing, I'm not in shape as a vocalist, but it would probably be a little like abrasive. It would probably be like a little like hurtful on the ear, right? But like to go from like chest voice to head voice and not have that much change in like EQ and how it sounds and how it feels is cool, man. That's just like a whole nother talent. Nice. Great harmonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
The eyes, the ball, the eyeball. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine. I dig this, man. I dig this. So, ladies and gentlemen, medicine. Like it's writing 3-word or 3-syllable rhymes, man, doesn't happen in all hip hop. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball. This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass boom, my man? Let me sweet it, honey. Yeah,
another one.
Big cha-ching like money.
This crowd, I'm alone, I'm in today. I'm good to go, I'm diamond. You know I glow.
Let's go!
Yeah, stand up.
In the stars tonight, okay. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light.
Hey, shining through the city with a little focus on.
Oh yeah.
Like dynamite.
And they're building, because like the first chorus, I don't want to back it up and look for the first chorus, but they're obviously building, and they're doing a really good job of it, because like now everyone's singing full voice, they're even standing up and getting into it. Man, I'm getting into it. Come on now. The drums and the bass is what's doing it, is what's making me want to move, but they're killing the vocals. They're killing the vocals. Well, I missed the pause button. I'm gonna keep talking. Here we go. It's neat that it seems like everyone gets their spotlight, and it's like no one's trying to like outdo each other. Like they're all here having fun, because like I'm sure they could all be doing runs and like wailing if you want to hit like some high notes and hold them all out, and maybe they will, I don't know. But it seems like they're just like they're all there, they're all on the same page, they all just want to deliver the same message. They want to just like drive this, like, you know, outside of the lyrical content, they're just trying to drive the same performance. They're performing for the song, not for what they want, right? And it's neat. It's really neat to see. Nice.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night light.
Hey, shining through the city with a little focus on. Light it up like dynamite.
So that was a really nice mixed voice. So like instead of that, like my voice would sound more like that when I sang it, because it would get like raspy, and I think it's called like it's in like the false chords. It's like above your vocal cords, I believe, and it starts getting that like I'm not gonna sing along with it. It gets raspy though. Let's check this out. Buddy in the orange here. I'll learn one of these days. So the light it up like it's not gonna break up. It's probably because I'm sitting. But anyways, it's like the distortion that he had there sounded really cool, and it adds to the like distinction between the 7 different voices, right? It's neat. It's neat. Ooh, key change, okay. Everyone's standing too, come on. Almost. Round, yeah. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. I want to see some more of this band.
Okay, here we are. BTS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just played our latest single, Dynamite. Boom. It's a disco pop track that we
J-Hope's
simply
in the
want
orange
to
on the side,
share
okay.
Great energy to everyone around the world.
Yeah.
It's the first time we are performing Dynamite with a live band.
Yeah, they killed it.
To our awesome band who's here with us today.
Also, we loved watching Tiny Desk performances, and we are very, very, very honored and excited. Yeah!
That's right. We hope everyone could also enjoy a tiny but not so tiny concert. So up next, our next song is called Save Me.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
me.
Hope you enjoy it.
Here we go. Let's
Here we
go.
go.
Please save me.
You know what's neat? It's like even like them all talking, like they're so. Seems like they were so in sync. Even like just like when they're all talking as a group, it sounds cool. Like how they all like were talking kind of on top of each other just for like a second, just saying play Save Me. It was it sounds neat, and I was gonna talk about that in the group vocal because in my experience when I played in a band, 2 singers, it was really hard to do that stuff. Like those big like heys and make them sound like a record would. It's really hard to do, but it's I don't want to say it's effortless. They probably have rehearsed a ton, but having 7 voices there sure helps, right? It sure helps. Have to in or
Are you
out.
ready?
Hey,
Army,
hey,
can you hear me?
let's go.
난 숨쉬고 싶어 이 밤이 싫어 이젠 깨고 싶어 꿈속이 싫어 내 안에 갇혀서 난 죽어있어 Don't wanna be lonely Just wanna be yours
Great transition between her. I just want to listen to this again.
Yeah!
Concert.
Same me.
Are you ready?
Hey,
Army,
hey,
can you hear me?
I love the shout outs. Love the call
let's go.
outs.
난 숨쉬고 싶어 이 밤이 싫어 이젠 깨고 싶어 꿈속이 싫어 내 안에 갇혀서 난 죽어있어 Don't wanna be lonely Just wanna be yours
Great transition. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't talking out of turn, but like from it's Korean, right? Into English. Do I got that right? Someone's gonna have to correct me. I don't want to sound too ignorant, but what I thought was beautiful was it sounded like they were almost like voice squeaks, like where you do like the ooh, like kind of that shit, right? But it was like he almost like held the note, so it was like a specific note instead of just a squeak. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
네가 없는 이곳은 위험하잖아 망가진 내 모습 구해줘 날 돈을 잡을 수 없어
Heavy, man, isn't it?
내 심장 소리를 들어봐 제멋대로 널 부르잖아 이 까만 어둠 속에서 너는 이렇게 빛나니까 그 손을 내밀어줘 say I need your love
See all this? Hey, all that stuff. See, me doing it by myself sounds weird, right? But having a whole bunch of voices like that's cool, right?
손을 내밀어줘 say I need your love before I fall 그 손을 내밀어줘 say
Great film. I'm so glad it was halftime too. But like that, it was very simple in the toms. They're not very like pressed forward. It's almost like an R&B kit. So like in like 80s like stadium rock, or like when you get like the hair metal and like the British Invasion kind of music, that's like what I grew up on, right? You get like these, typically it's like big shots and they're big drums, like Led Zeppelin drums, or like your rack tom is like the size of a regular floor tom, and it's just this like boom but you don't get like a ton of definition out of it, so you don't get like a lot of like quick players doing stuff like that typically. But then in like R&B, you've got like shorter pitch to like, you know, like probably like a maple kit where it's a little slappier, or sorry, it's not as slappy, but it's like a little like more like kind of like thud, and it just gives you like a lot of presence but not a lot of like definition either. But like it's short, so you can do like quick runs or rolls, and it's just like this instead of like blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But it's neat. This fill was really tasty here. It's just like the first rack tom, snare, second rack tom, and then into the halftime beat, right? I dig it. It's just simple. It's simple. Stay out of the way. We got a ton of vocalists that are like, you know, we need the attention on, right? Hi-hat work too.
One, two, three, let's go!
Okay.
Let's go.
Couple keyboard players, I think. More guitar player. So the guitar player had this little riff. It was just this like do, and then instead of playing like the vibrato on the guitar, I don't want to grab mine. He's got a trem bar. So like basically what that does is it loosens and tightens the tension on the strings. So then instead of like a vibrato, you get this kind of like this almost like wah effect where it's like this wah 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 wah. It's just a texture thing and it's just barely there, but it adds to the kind of like vibe and like the mood that's going on, right?
Save me, save me.
오늘 다른 배나 내 기억 속에 뱅카 날 삭혀버린 내 lunatic Play Sam and tonight Play Sam and tonight Play Sam and tonight 이 치기 어린 가게 속 나를 구원해줄 이밤 나 알아줄 너란 구원이 내 삶의 봄의 아픔을 감싸주기 위한 손길 The best of me 너밖에 없지 나 다시 웃을 수 있도록 더 높여줘 네 목소리
Okay, I'm gonna make a statement, and I'm only gonna say it once. I wouldn't be surprised if people were upset because I don't want to get myself in trouble for how I word this either. I wouldn't be surprised if people were upset because they can cover all the grounds on their own and they do a good job of it. I wouldn't be surprised because how many times you get artists that are like in any of these categories, pop, disco, hip hop, like any of it, and there's lots of tracks, there's lots of samples, there's lots of fake vocals and stuff like mixing on top of the other vocals. It's like they don't need fake harmonies, they can do all the harmonies. They don't need fake like the producing the producing to do like the please. They have someone to do it. And it's just like every time I watch a hit, like specifically a hip hop concert, I love watching hip hop. I love it, man. I'm not trying to like shit on it or anything. It's just like there's so many tracks. And there's no tracks in this. Like that's my 2 cents. My 2 cents. I dig live instruments though. It is what it is. It hooks everything.
이 까만 어둠 속에서 너는 이렇게 빛나니까
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me. I need your love before,
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me. I need your love before I fall.
Let's go, one more.
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me.
See, like even like the whoop, like it could just be a button. It could be pre-programmed in the track, but they have someone doing it. Like it's just different.
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me.
Okay, RM.
Let's go.
고마워 내가 나에게 해줬어 내가 나에게 해줬어 이런 느게 나에게 해줬어 꼭 이토록 나에게 해줬어 답답하도 나에게 해줬어 꿈속에만 사던 날 깨워줬어 널 생각하면 날 깨웠어 슬픔 따위 나게 해줬어 Thank you 우리가 돼줬어 Thank you
그 손을
Thank you for being us. Is he saying like I mean everyone's gonna have their own interpretation of that. I want to hear what he was saying again. I was digging the flow and like how it sounded, like all the like cadence and like the syllables and stuff.
Let's go.
고마워 내가 나에게 해줬어 내가 나에게 해줬어 이런 느게 나에게 해줬어 꼭 이토록 나에게 해줬어 답답하도 나에게 해줬어 꿈속에만 사던 날 깨워줬어 널 생각하면 날 깨웠어 슬픔 따위 나게 해줬어 Thank you 우리가 돼줬어 Thank you
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me.
Was this song a big shout out to the army as well? Because like I'm taking it because like my girlfriend, man, she's changed my life. She is done so much for me. So it's like those lines there. It's like that would be like me being like, thank you for waking me up from the delusion, the lost place I was in. You know what I mean? But I see the love that is shared, and I'm curious if that was a shout out to the army. If it is, man, it just makes my heart warm.
Is I love you for.
그 손을 내밀어줘 save me, save me. I need your love before,
Thank you.
Thank you.
와, 저희가 또 세이미를 이렇게 오랜만에 부르게 되었네요.
진짜 오랜만이네요. 네네.
감사합니다.
Didn't sound like it's been a while.
밴드 편곡을 해서 하니까 또 느낌이 또 색다른 것 같아요. 어땠어요?
어우 너무 색다르네요. 네.
신선합니다.
또 오랜만에 해서 또
좋네.
너무 신나게 했고.
그러니까요. 옛날에 이제 밴드 형님들이랑 같이
I
콘서트
dug it, but
다닐
I don't know if
때가
I've heard the original.
생각이 납니다.
새록새록하네요.
재밌었는데 그때.
춤을 안 추니까
진짜
답답하다.
재밌었어.
네네 그러니까요.
다음에 또 퍼포먼스를 함께 또 보여드릴 기회가 있으면 좋겠네요.
예.
Okay, alright. The next one is Spring Day, and I believe as such difficult time like now we all are wishing for the spring day to come.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Can I just take a moment and say they're killing the English, man. They're killing the English. This is like they're doing a very, very good job. And like I'm sure they're professionals. I wouldn't even be surprised if they spoke a whole bunch of languages. But like I just want to take a moment and appreciate that.
It's been the roughest summer ever, but we know that spring will come. So let's go together. Let's go.
보고 싶다 이렇게 말하니까 더 보고 싶다 너의 사진을 보고 있어도 보고 싶다 너무 약속한 시간 나는 우리가 밉다 이제 얼굴 한번 보는 것조차 힘들어진 우리가
여긴 온통 겨울뿐이야 8월에도 겨울이 와 마음은 시간이 달려가네 홀로 남은 설국 열차 네 손잡고 지구 반대편까지 가 겨울을 끝내고파 그리움들이 얼마나 눈처럼 내려 그 봄날이 올까
허공에 떠도는 잘긴 먼지처럼 작은 먼지처럼
날리는 눈이 나라면 조금 더 빨리 내게 닿을 수 있을 텐데 눈꽃이 떨어져요 더 조금씩 멀어져요 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 얼마나 기다려야 또 몇 밤을 더 세워야 널 보게 될까 널 보게 될까 만나게 될까 만나게 될까
Cool call and answer between like the walk down, the second one, and the first one being the falsetto part. This is some heavy music, man. This is like I'm just getting lost in these lyrics a little bit. Like, break my heart. You know what though? You know what I'm sitting here thinking though is like I personally I don't know how much experience changes singing from a singer. I don't know. Because I've been hurt. And I've been singing, and I don't know if it helped. I don't know if it made it better or worse. I don't know. But body language, I do think that body language plays a big part into it. And I would say, I didn't get a good look, but as far as I could tell, it looks like everyone is feeling something for these lyrics. So I wouldn't be surprised if the emotion was carried through partly in the body language and that changed how the song kind of comes through, and maybe that adds to it. But I don't know about just emotion itself. I don't know about just like experience itself changing or influencing a singer that much. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know because like I watch enough singers, man, that are like young and they're like prodigies, and it's like they make like a whole room full of people cry, and it's like I don't know if you've had that much hardship. Like no, like I'm not trying to be rude. It's just like I don't know if that, like I said, I just don't know if experience or not is enough to change how a singer presents a song. I don't know. But body language, I do believe it does. And I think that everyone here is showing, you know, a fairly similar body language in like what the song meaning is kind of driving, right? This drummer's going off. This drummer's going nuts on this kick drum. Yeah, so it's this boom, 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 chick, boom, 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 chick. Like, come on, man, come on. Oh, sorry, it's just bum, bum, and then into that build.
We miss you, Army.
Gotta be tough, man. Especially like, you know, there's a certain kind of like shell shock that probably happens, like getting accustomed to seeing hundreds of thousands of people, and then all of a sudden when you get removed from that, it's gotta be weird, man. It's gotta be like I miss performing all the time, and I like never ever to any of this tier scale, you know what I mean? And I miss it all the time. So like I couldn't imagine what that would feel like.
네가 변한 건지
Drummer's killing this.
변한 건지
아니면 내가 변한 건지
내가 변한
이
건지
순간 흐르는 시간조차 미워 우리가 변한 거지 뭐 모두가 그런 거지 그래 미안 네가 난 떠났지만 단 하루도 너 잊은 적이 없어 난 솔직히 보고 싶은데 이만
너를 지울게
그게 넌 원망하기보다
There's like,
더럽지
there's like other vocals going on. There's like, you know, like almost like hooks or like backing vocals. You know, and like a lot of hip hop, they use like old like soul songs and like R&B songs and stuff. They bring like hooks in and make stuff, or like have like a vocalist on top. But it's like they can cover it all. They can do it all. This is what I'm talking about.
널 풀어내본다 연기처럼 하얀 연기처럼
말로는 지운다 해도 사실 난 아직 널 보내지 못하는데
꽃이 떨어져요 더 조금씩 멀어져요 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 얼마나 기다려야 또 몇 밤을 더 세워야 널 보게 될까 널 보게 될까 만나게 될까 만나게 될까 You know it all You're my best friend 아침은 다시 올 거야 하던
The airiness that he's like adding on top of the vocal, it like my friend Dave and I were talking about this on another thing. He's like a vocal producer in town, or a producer in town. Like it almost gives it like a whisper feel, and it like just makes it that much more meaningful. It's like, this is important. Like I don't want you to miss this. Like, you know, it's like lean in and whisper a little bit, right? Like and it's like that on top of singing what they're singing about. Man, it's just wild. It's just wild.
아침은 다시 올 거야 하던 어둠도 하던 계절도 영원할 순 없는
꽃이 피나 봐요 이 겨울도 끝이 나요
Same thing with these, like it's almost like squeaks, but it's like he's got enough room that he's like hitting a note, and it's like he's choosing which note he wants to hit. Listen to this.
이 겨울도 끝이 나요 보고 싶다
보고 싶다
보고 싶다
보고 싶다 조금만 기다리면 마침 밤만 더 세우면 만나러 갈게 데리러 갈게 추운 겨울 끝을 지나 다시 봄날이 올 때까지 꽃 피울 때까지
Keyboard players going off right now.
그곳에 좀 더 머물러줘
Great break, great break. I'm gonna take that as a moment to talk about. There's two keyboard players playing. I don't know if they were playing the whole thing. Like they've been playing definitely the back half. Keyboard players are spazzing right now. So the drummer, I wasn't sure if he hit the hi-hat or the cymbal. He hit the cymbal and caught it, so you get this like psst, and then it gives like a really dramatic, like a dead stop, and then back into like the chorus or wherever they're going into the outro here, right? Come on, Star.
Thank you
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us, everyone. Thanks for having us, Tiny Desk concert.
Thank you, our dear army, as always. Miss you all, and here we were.
BTS
Thank you
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was dope, man. Great performance. Great performance. There's a part of me that like is cool that I'm excited I heard it like this, but it makes me want to hear the originals, and I might listen to the originals on my own time. We can keep doing the live stuff together. Y'all let me know. What was I curious about? I had a specific request I wanted to see. Oh, I want to get everyone on track. Okay, so I appreciate all the suggestions, but what I would like to see, I want to see something live with some choreo, because we've been talking about some choreo. So if y'all want to let me know which ones are the best, I'll read the comments and we'll pick the next video. But like specifically choreography, por favor. That would be my request. But I appreciate this. I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to the Tiny Desk with BTS, and I'll see everyone again soon.